All right, guys, let's knock out this review for test 10. First of all, we got to solve the right triangle twice. Got two of these. You need to find all the parts that are missing. So let's see what we got here. It says side A is 14.5 and side B is 19.2. So we got to find all the angles, well, two of the angles and also the hypotenuse. So we got to find an angle first before we can find anything else. So I'm going to go with angle A. I'm going to say tangent of angle A is opposite over adjacent, which is going to be the 14.5, and I'm just using what they gave me. So I'm going to take my calculator. First of all, check the mode, make sure you're in degree mode, which I am. I'm going to punch in second. When you're looking for an angle, it's second tangent. Remember, inverse tangent, 14.5 divided by 19.2. I'm getting 37.1 there for angle A degrees. Now, to get angle B, I'm just going to subtract that one. You know, all three angles from 180, or just do the other angle, 90 minus 37.1. I'll also give it to you, that's giving me 52.9. So that's two parts. I got to find the side C still. You have a bunch of options. I'm going to go sine of A, which would be the opposite, 14.5 over the hypotenuse, which is C. So I'm going to do 14.5 divided by, I shouldn't have put sine of A. I should have put sine of 37.1 degrees. Sorry about that. So I'm dividing by sine 37.1 degrees. Hit enter, and I'm getting 24.0 right there. And those answers do make sense. The shortest sides opposite the smallest angle, et cetera, so it looks good. I'm going to erase this so that I can use it for the next problem. That wasn't good. Let's see here. There we go. One more thing. Got it. Okay. Next problem says angle A is 37.42. Let's change that to decimals. So I'm going to go 37, go to second abs. Hit one. What am I doing? It already is decimals. I thought there was one in minutes here. That was, wow, sorry about that. So that's 37.42 degrees. C is 28.4. I'm gonna put that there. And I know B, I could do 90 minus the 37.42. And I'm getting 52.58 for up there. Angle. So I've got to find little a and little b, side A, side B. I'm going to go for side A. I'm going to go sine again. Sine of 37.42 is opposite over hypotenuse. And because the 28.4 is my denominator, I'm going to multiply 28.4 times sine 37.42. I'm getting 17.3 for A. And then for B, I'm going to do the same angle, so I'm going to do cosine because side B is adjacent to the 37.42. So I'm going to cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse. So same deal, 28.4 times cosine of 37.42. I'm getting 22.6. There you go. Now, you may need to draw another triangle over here, or you can just write the letters for your answer down there tomorrow. Number 3. The longest zip line in the world is the Zip Rider at IC Strait Point, Alaska. Its length is 5495 square feet, has a vertical drop of 1320, find its angle of depression. Okay, remember, angle of depression or elevation are the same thing, and they must touch the horizontal. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to circle. Here's the zip line. Goes a long way, and then there's the ground. Okay, so the zip line, it says, is 54. That's not a very good 54.95 feet, and vertical drop is 1320, and it wants to know the angle of depression or elevation. Remember, that always has to touch the horizontal, so your angle is right there that you're looking for. And if I'm looking at the size, that's opposite. That's the hypotenuse, which means I'm doing sine. Sine of theta is opposite over the hypotenuse, 54.95. So take your calculator, go to second sine or inverse sine, 1320 divided by 54.95. Then right there, I'm getting 13.9 degrees. Hopefully you got the same thing. And number 4, how far from the base of a building is the bottom of a ladder if it makes a 75-degree angle with the ground? And you need to make an angle with the ground for sure. So keep doing this. There we go. So here's the building. The ladder is 30 feet. It's going just like this. There's the ladder. This 30 feet. It makes an angle with the ground of 75. So 75 is right in there. And there's no right angle. And he wants to know how far from the base of the building. So what is that side right there? So looking at the 75, that X is adjacent to it, and the 30 is hypotenuse. So I'm going to go cosine 75 is adjacent over hypotenuse. So to figure out how far away from the building it is, I'm doing 30 times cosine 75. I'm getting 7.76 feet for that one. Number 5, in which quadrant does the angle negative 14.3 lie? Remember, our picture kind of looks like this. There's 0 degrees. It's negative. There's negative 90. And because that's negative 90, negative 14.3 is about right in there, which means it's in quadrant 4. Number 6, find 2 positive and 2 negative angles that are coterminal with 115.3. Remember, coterminal means same spot, different measure. So basically, you just add 360 and subtract 360 to get back to the same spot on the circle. So if I have 115.3, and I need to find 2 positive coterminal, I'm going to add 360 to that. So I'm going 115.3 plus 360 gives me 475.3. That's one answer. But I got to have 2 positives. So I'm going to take that and add 360 again to 475.3. I'm getting 835.3 degrees. Those are 2 positive ones. Also got to have 2 negative ones. So I'm going to take that original angle again, the 115.3, and subtract 360 because it will also put me at the same spot. So 115.3 minus 360. That gives me negative 244. That's a getting ahead of myself there. Negative 244.7 degrees. That's one of them. And I'm going to subtract 360 again from that because I got to have 2 of them. Gives me negative 604.7 degrees. Okay, so just add 360 and subtract 360. Okay, find the complement and the supplement of negative 180. Complements add up to be 180. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 180 minus negative 180. Those are all degrees. That gives me 360. So 360 is the complement. That's the complement. The supplement, 2 supplementary angles add up to be... got that backwards. Golly, Ben, I'm sorry about this. I'm making way too many mistakes in this video. Sorry. Okay. Complements have to be 90. So the first one I should have done 90 minus that. That's how you find the complement. So you're going to get 270 degrees. Supplement, that's the complement. The supplement adds up to be 180. So I'm doing 180 minus negative 180, which is the angle they gave me, which is 360. That's the supplement. Your supplement should always be 90 more than your complement, by the way. That's how I caught my mistake when I started doing that. All right, one more here. Okay, find 6 trig functions that pass through 9, 1. 9, 1. So what we're going to do first is find r. Remember how you find r is you go r is the square root of x squared plus y squared. X squared is going to be 81. Y squared is going to be 1. So I'm going to get square root of 82. Now sine, remember, cosine is x, sine is y, tangent is y over x. Sine is y, cosine is x, tangent is y over x. So sine is first, sine is y over x. So I would do 1 over the square root of 82, but you got to fix that. So we're going to make that square root of 82 over 82. Cosecant, I'm just going to flip that one, make it square root of 82 over 1, or just square root of 82. Cosine is x over r, which is 9 over square root of 82. So I'm going to do 9 over 82 over 82. Secant, I'm just going to flip that one, make it square root of 82 over 9. Tangent's y over x. So let's look at the point, y over x, which means cosecant is x over y, 9 over 1. Number 9, given that sine is negative 12/13 and is in quadrant 3, find the other 5 trig functions. Okay, first of all, if sine is negative 12/13, one thing I know already before I do anything else is what cosecant is. It's the reciprocal. All right, also it's quadrant 3. Quadrant 3 means x and y are both negative. So you can do this. If you want to, you can draw a triangle, or you can remember that's y, that's r. So you could go like 13 squared equals negative 12 squared plus x squared. All right, that's going to be 169. That's going to be 144. And again, you could draw a triangle if you want, get the same thing. 25 equals x squared, so x is going to be either plus or minus 5, but because it's in quadrant 3, x is going to be negative 5. So there's my x, which means my cosine is negative 5 over 13. Same denominator because it's both are, which means the secant is reciprocal of that. Tangent is y over x. My y is negative 12, my x is negative 5, so if I do negative 12 over negative 5, I get positive 12 fifths, which means cotangent is 5 twelfths. That's a pretty good one right there. 10, find the reference angle and the exact value. First of all, the reference angle for 330, how far away is it from the x-axis? 30 degrees. What is cosine 30? Cosine 30 is square root of 3 over 2. But because 3/30 is in quadrant 4, cosine is positive in quadrant 4, that's the final answer. Number 11, sine negative 210. Negative 210 is 30 degrees away from the x-axis. That's the reference angle. Sine of 30 degrees is 1/2. Negative 210 would be quadrant 2, because it'd be right up there. That'd be negative 180, it'd be right up there. Negative 210. Sine is y is positive in quadrant 2, so that's the answer. 12, right in interval notation, I'm gonna go 2 with a bracket, comma, 5.8 with the parentheses, because the 2 has an equal sign. The 5.8 does not. 13, says multiply. Gonna take the a all the way through there. I will get 5a to the 4th minus 6a squared b plus 5ab squared. Then I'm gonna take the 3b through. Now we get negative 15a cubed b plus 18ab squared minus 15b cubed. Let's see what all that gives me here. It gives me 5a to the 4th. Are there any a cubes? There's an a cube right there, so I'm going to put that next. That's 15a cubed b. Are there any a squareds? There's an a squared right there. Negative 6a squared b. Got 2 of these. I'm going to 23ab squared and then minus 15b cubed. Quite a bit of stuff there. 14, factor. Wow, this is a pretty long one. This is small, big, cube root, square, multiply, change of sign, square. That's all you got to do on that one. 15 is slide, divide, slide. Slide the 4. Factor what you got. That's going to be a 6 and a 2. Don't forget to divide. Slide, divide, slide. Divide by 4. You get 3 halves. Here you get 1/2. And then slide the 2 back in front. Slide that 2 in front. Slide that 2 in front. Got it. 16, rationalize the denominator. When you rationalize the denominator, you multiply by the conjugate of the denominator. The conjugate of 3 minus the square root of 5, 3 plus the square root of 5, 3 plus the square root of 5. On the bottom, when you do conjugates, you just do first, last. That's going to be 9 minus 5, which is going to be 4, by the way. On the top, you just distribute 4 times 3, and then 4 times the square root of 5. And you would be done right there, except for 4 goes into everything. 4 goes into 12 3 times. 4 goes into 4 1 time. And 4 goes into 4 1 time. So we're done right there. The answer actually ends up being the conjugate, which is kind of crazy. And number 18, find the domain. Remember the bottom cannot be 0. So I'm going to say all x such that x cannot equal negative 4, because negative 4 would make the denominator 0. And the last one, find the inverse. Find the inverse, switch the x to y, get the y by itself. So put the x over there, put the y down here. That's really x over 1, going to cross multiply. X times y, 8 times x equals 3. I'm trying to get the y by itself, so I'm moving the 8x over, make it 8x plus 3. Now it's xy, so I'm going to divide both sides by x, just like that. I believe y by itself, I'm going to change the y to inverse of f, because that's what we started with. And you got it. That's quite a bit of stuff. Hope that helps. Study hard. I'll see you tomorrow.